All right, what's up, y'all? Today we're gonna review SOXX on March 3rd. What we have here on the daily, you can see we have one, two, three red bars down, and we are right now currently gapping above the highs of these three bars. Also, this pivot, but mainly this ticker follows SOXX, which is the semiconductor sector ticker. And right now you can see that we are well below here. We are well below the level. It looks like we're about to open below the level, which is why I'll be watching SOXS. Pretty much my thoughts here. I am looking for a pattern around pre-market high or preferably above. I'm looking for a big 2x move, consolidation with lower volume, and then a break to highs. So what happened yesterday after hours was the tariffs got announced from the administration, and pretty much within a minute they just started tanking drastically. You can see with the Qs, looks like we're gonna open up around 456, whereas yesterday we closed at 476, just completely catching the longs off guard. Um, so let's go ahead and see how SOXS plays out. I'll be risking according to how my daily stop percentage is, which is 120 right now. So $120 of risk would be 100% of my daily stop. $60 would be 50%. Bitcoin's approaching that pivot. Qs are showing some strength. This red line is VWAP. We are rejecting VWAP. SOXX already rejected off VWAP and is breaking lows. This is actually a 52-week lows for SOXX, and we did have a big geopolitical catalyst. So let's go ahead and focus on SOXX. It is the inverse for SOXX. I'll just start saying SOX. But we can see that we had, a really strong move in the pre-market, holding trend most of the time. We did have a dip, which got bought right back up with really big strength, and we sold off once again into the open, but we rejected off VWAP, and we are making fresh highs. We're just about 15 minutes into the open. Qs look like they are going to be rejecting off VWAP, which is a pretty big sign given to where we are on the daily chart. So we are already past 15 minutes. No pattern on the 5-minute, no pattern on the 10-minute. But on the 15-minute, we have a sell-off right at the open, and we have buyers step up, making a big move up on igniting volume. And we have another bar closing or staying within the upper 50% range of the first bar, which is very big. Right now we are above all the EMAs, above the VWAP, and prices getting tight. Let's go ahead and see our risk to reward. 33.25 minus 32.70. So that's 55 cents worth of risk. Let me pause it right here. So we just hit 10 o'clock market time. As you can see from a previous practice, I did take this entry. So we have 55 cents of risk. Given the geopolitical catalyst, I'd say that is probably a 8 out of 10. This is once in a lifetime, perhaps, maybe 3 times in a lifetime. Something as powerful as this. And price is tight. We are below the pre-market high, but we're relatively close to it, which is still a green light for me. SOXX is breaking the 52-week lows. Just being risk averse, I would want to risk 50% daily stop on this, but I think given everything, and I say 50% because like this isn't just like a really clean move from the get-go and then like a good looking consolidation, but this is a decent consolidation besides like the wickiness of it. So I mean, normally I would want to say I want to risk like 50%, but I think given the whole situation, it would be smart to risk 80%. I still have a ways for my stop to be hit, so it's not super tight. So 120 times 80. All right, so that's $96 divided by 0.55, which is my risk. So I need to buy 175 shares. I'm gonna go ahead and play and get ready. And that's where my stop limit order would have been in real time, which I can still do on this software. Problem is playing something at 10x speed is just really hard to plug it all in. But as we see, prices working right away. We did get some breakout volume. We have some fast follow through, breaking pre-market highs. Have been consolidating, but we are breaking fresh lows actually at this time. SOXX just tanking. Steady. It's actually steady price action. Tanking is more volatile. Qs are now holding below low day. We're approaching my level. How many shares did I buy? 175. Forgot to set my stop. All right, so 55 cents, and we got in at 33. 370s would be around 1R. So usually when that gets hit, I bring my stop to break even. So now this is pretty much a risk-free trade. What I am seeing though is that, we broke out of the pre-market high a day, and we're pretty much setting up the same pattern on the 15-minute. We have breakout volume compared to the last one. We do have price trying to break out of this range, and we have this rejection here actually. Let's see how it forms. So, we did close above the 9 EMA. Let's see how price reacts here. We have 2 minutes until it forms. And the candle is about to close within range, actually. 33.94. All right, let's stop here for a second. So we did close within range. We had resting volume. We did have a fake breakout, but price is finding support still on the rising moving average. We are setting up this pattern above pre-market high. We're in the green for our first trade. Qs made fresh lows, but they're testing now the 21 EMA. Not too much information. SOXS is pulling back, but nothing too drastic. Declining volume. We have the declining 21 EMA overhead. So the one thing that I don't like about this is that it did break more than 50% of the previous candle right here. Can't really see the doji right there. So that is points off, but I do like the same pattern. And once again, I need to think about the news. And I am trying to focus on adding to my setups. So I think I need to be taking an entry at the high day break, pretty much risking break even for the first one. Now, as far as 80% daily stop, I'm not too sure about that, but if this is my top idea for the day, I think another 60% daily stop is in order. So that would be 120 divided by times 0.6. So that's $72 of risk. Let's see here. So let's just say 33.95 by 33.95 minus. Okay, so 65 cents. I already forgot how much my risk was, but let's just say it's 72. So 72 divided by 65. So I need to be taking another 111 shares. So let's get that ready. And let's see how price builds out. We are still finding support on that moving average. We are getting close to the highs right here. I just took my entry, and that other green arrow was from earlier. Let's go ahead and move my stop, change the share prices. Once this new position hits 1R, then I'll move my stop to break even. So we get a strong candle, nothing too crazy on the volume. We do get price follow through. See how XOXX is. We are going lower. Breaking the previous bar highs and just rejecting it after that type of volume. It's pretty bearish in the short term, in my opinion. Qs continuing lower. One thing I didn't explain well was like looking at the other names in the sector. I think one really key nuance was MU just breaking this huge pivot low, or this huge base, I should say. Other names, AMAT breaking 52-week lows, AVGO looking very bearish. Yeah, Nvidia's looking bearish as well. Different, it's actually cascading right now, but different type of price action in the morning. Choppy, I should say. But MU would have been a really nice play as well. Did have a strong candle above VWAP. Maybe that's a sign. I think I was looking at past parabolic moves, and it was either the MSTR parabolic or the SMCI parabolic. One of those two trades had a 3-minute opening range low, and it just had a strong candle at VWAP. For parabolics, I'm used to something like going up and then I get short, so I needed to go higher. But that's just something to think about going forward in the market environment next week, since everything's extended. Let's go back to SOXX. And yeah, safe to say we are in the green. If I can just click this. All right, so this is something that's, I am below PDT, and I realized that I took two good entries and it only cost me 9,700 pretty much, which is around half of my buying power. So just like like right here, I can see that, I'm up 600. And just that opportunity for a small account is really crucial. Especially like, at first I always thought these wider stops just like meant bad R to R and messed it up and whatnot. But what I didn't realize was the power of adding to it. It could have set the pattern up again on the 15-minute, or perhaps it could have set it up on the 3-minute, the 5-minute, or the 10-minute. You just really have to make sure that the bars aren't extended into the move. Um, but I haven't sold anything yet. That was discretionary. Around this point, I would be trying to, like, I don't know, read the price action, look for reasons why to get out. It does cost a lot of frustration, I guess. But at the same time, when you're up this much, so think about it. I risked around 80, then I think I risked around 70. I already forgot what I risked, but I risked well below 100 on both of the setups. And just, this is an easy money trade. You buy the previous bar highs, risk the previous bar lows, you move your stop to 1R, or I'm sorry, you move your stop to break even after 1R, and you don't mangle the trade management. Which, I mean, the trade management is pretty hard, especially when you get into trying to predict where price will go. But this type of move is just something that's always out there with a good catalyst behind it. This move definitely wouldn't have existed if that catalyst didn't hit yesterday, or I should say on Wednesday. So right now we're getting close to closing below the 9 EMA. Let's see how we do close below it, and now I'm bringing my stop to the below that bar. I'm going to give it a little space. Another nuance that I did miss is that we did have capitulation volume on SOXX. Sheesh. That's watching these inverse ETFs, the 2X or the leveraged inverse, it's important to pay attention to the actual ETF it follows. Uh, this type of this type of volume exhaustion was not on SOXS, and that's pretty important information. As you can see, I got tagged out right there. Maybe I could have gotten better sells. Perhaps maybe I sold here for when that volume exhaustion happened. I just, during this practice round, I just forgot about it, and it's something I have to keep in mind. So yeah, looking at the analytics, just for today, ignoring the rest, um, I locked in a 409 gain, risking around 80 on the first trade, moved that to break even on the second trade. So I was risking around $60-$70 with actual like $140 of risk. I think I'm doing the maths right. But yeah, this is definitely a good opportunity for me to study more and practice so I can be more prepared for stuff like this in the future. I think this is a great way to grow the account. So, anyways, that's it. Thanks, y'all.